fans that I find revel now in the misery of Jose Mourinho. I don't understand it. So a stat came out today.
United fans need to just chill. Worry about your own team. Leave a treble winning coach, a 2-time CL winner alone.
It's like they broke up. They're with the rebound that they wanted. Ollie was a rebound, but you guys decided to marry her, so fine. But now that Jose's doing his own thing, they're still checking the Facebook page and looking at her Twitter and peeping the Instagram. And if you're broke up, break up. Why are y'all still preying every little thing that Mourinho does?
No, wait. But maybe it's because it was a very particular relationship and they were bonded so badly. But when they first got together, it was because you had lofty hopes of what the relationship would be like. Because you're like, oh my gosh, I finally got this girl that everyone has been talking about. This girl that everyone.
Man. They hated him from the jump. That's the weird part.
But it was still Mourinho. I remember this. Maybe you may have seen something different. Initially, it's Mourinho. It's the winner. Like, okay, we try to go for Van Gaal, but this is Jose Mourinho. And the whole Chelsea thing, you know what? That was an anomaly. That was just like a small blemish on his resume. But this is Mourinho who, we may not like, his football may not be what Ferguson is. He's going to bring us the kind of success that he brought for Real Madrid and his first stint Chelsea.
They lost to Sheffield United. Was it 3-1 in their previous game? Not that I follow that many Sheffield United fans, but you would have thought my whole timeline was Sheffield United just supporters. But come to find, they're all just like Manchester United fans who are happy that, you see Mourinho, he's finished, he's this, he's da-da-da. But then a stat came out today that since he took over Tottenham, he's won more points than Arsenal and Chelsea in that time.
Really?
Yes. So Spurs, since Mourinho's arrival, have won more points in that time. I think November 20th was maybe when Poch was sacked. I'm not quite sure the exact date when Mourinho was hired. It might have been the next day. So November 20th.
Oh, okay. He didn't start the season, did he? Oh, okay.
No, because Poch Yeah.
Poch
got to the Champions League final and then was sacked like 5 months later. But the point is, Mourinho's won more points since he's been appointed than Lampard and Arteta, or Arteta plus Emery. But then you'll see people start talking about, you got to give Lampard time. You got to trust Lampard. You got to give Arteta time. He's just starting his program, blah, blah, blah. But Mourinho, who has done better in that amount of time, he's finished. He's done. He's a brick manager. He's this, he's that. It's just like, where's the consistency? And Lampard and Arteta are unproven entities. We don't know what they're capable of doing. In his best form, Jose Mourinho was capable of winning you a Champions League. This has been proven on 2 occasions. He's capable of winning you the Premier League. That's been proven on 3 occasions. But, he's finished. He's this, he's that. Are we not even going to give this man a transfer window? At a summer transfer window at that, before we just determine he's already finished? It's because people are so salty against this man, and I don't understand it. What did he do to you? The hate is almost like, did he slap your mother? Like, what personal thing did Jose Mourinho do to you that you hate him this much? The hate can't just be about football. It has to be something personal and tangible.
Basically, I'm looking at some of the comments, and I'm remembering what some of the United fans were saying, just some conversations I've had. It is the notion that players that United fans had lots of hope for, specifically Pogba and Martial, who they would have wanted to see really develop and really grow. They say he was responsible for stunting their growth with his whole, I'm going to criticize you in public tactic. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, so I'm just trying to come from their point of view.
Is it Mourinho's fault that they're weak mentally? Is it his fault that they can't take a bit of criticism?
Oh, no. But then, see, this now comes to the whole thing of Football Manager. So in Football Manager, there's this thing you can do where you can criticize a player privately or publicly, and you need to choose that based on the personality of the player. Players respond positively depending on how you criticize them. Someone like Ibrahimovic or Cristiano, if you criticize them in public, that will be positive because of their large egos. They'll be like, oh, okay, and that was actually probably get them to be a lot better.
So no, whoa. So are you saying Pogba's ego is a front? Because if you would think Pogba has a pretty large ego.
I think the thing with Pogba, it was deeper than just the criticism. I think it was a case of the relationship. So it's a mixture of the public criticism and the behind the doors relationship that he had with Mourinho. So that kind of concoction didn't blend well. Whereas Mourinho may have obviously had a much better relationship with Ibrahimovic. So if you would come and say, well, Ibra, he didn't do too well today, Ibra would be like, oh yeah, I get it. But because Pogba they got off on the wrong foot and they didn't really vibe well, him now saying, nah, Pogba ain't doing too well. Pogba, who may react positively, a manager said that's who he got along with, he's going to be like, what? After the arguments we had and so forth, after the things you said to me in training, you now insult me publicly? Man, screw you.
I'm not making the argument that Mourinho is a perfect manager, unblemished, who like makes no mistakes. Like, of course, the guy makes mistakes and he doesn't press the right buttons with the right people all the time. That's just life. Where I'm going is that how come unproven managers are getting the benefit of the doubt, but Mourinho isn't? He's been in our consciousness since 2003, 2004, that we just think we understand everything about what this man is and what he's going to do before he does it. So he gets no benefit of the doubt. It's just like, yo, this guy's a poison no matter what he does. Because if Mourinho is a poison and Lampard and Arteta have got less points, then what are they? Or it's just because they're new that they get like a chance. The scales aren't even. And maybe you could say Mourinho has done so much in the past that he's proven that, you know, whatever he does is going to be a bad thing. He's done good stuff at the same time.
Mourinho has one of those personalities where there is no in between. You either love him or you hate him. If you love him, you really love him. If you hate him, you really despise him. From the very beginning, people will just have a perception. There's just something about this guy that I don't like. And there's a certain arrogance about him that I don't like.
I want you to tell me what that is.
Stick with it. His arrogance. The way that he operates. Like, Danny, come on. Use your logic here. You're a smart dude. The reason why I love Mourinho is why people hate him. Understand why people would hate Mourinho. See, I just say, why could you hate him just as a laugh? I 1000% know why people hate him. Because why I like him. Because he is totally different from the kind of person you'd expect as a manager. His arrogance is why I think, for me, he's the greatest manager of all time. But his arrogance for the people rubs people really the wrong way. And his personality and just how in your face he is, and just how abrasive and very black and white his tactics are, and so forth, and how he talks and how he carries himself, I find it amazing. But for other people, they find it annoying. When you understand that he's got a very if you have such a strong character, there are no shades of gray. There are no shades of gray. So why people will like him is why people will hate him, because he's very extreme. He isn't Ancelotti. How could you hate Ancelotti? He's just there. You know, like Ancelotti is just there, you know. But Mourinho is he's this, and he will always be this.
Is his arrogance unfounded? Has he not won the title in England 3 times? Has he not won La Liga once? Has he not won, what's the other league I'm missing? Serie A once or twice? Has he not won 2 Champions Leagues, once with Porto? Did he not win Europa League twice? Maybe even 3 times? I think twice. It's not like his arrogance is some unfounded, unproven thing. Like he's
No. But this is all about the human perception and humanity. You see a guy, and just for some reason, you can see it in school or in a workplace, there's something about him you just don't like. Now, when this guy is successful, there's nothing you can say. You just have to bite your lip and say, well done. But when he fails, oh my gosh, you're going to go in. But you couldn't go in because when he won, you're like, I don't like this guy. But if he won, I can't hate him because he's won. The facts of the matter are, he gave Chelsea their first ever major trophy. The facts of the matter are, he ran Pep out of La Liga. The fact of the matter is, he's probably responsible of turning Cristiano Ronaldo to a goal-scoring machine. Facts of the matter are, he made Ozil arguably the best playmaker of his generation. The facts of the matter are, he gave an Italian team their only ever treble. Those are facts. And those are unprecedented first-time things for clubs. It's like no manager has success all the way through. So you're always going to have your lows and everything. But the fact of the matter is, if Mourinho, same resume, was Ancelotti, no one is going to say anything. So when he has his issues and everything, no one will say anything. If Mourinho had that whole Bayern Munich thing that Ancelotti had, oh my God, people would be good. Oh my gosh, Mourinho, he's finished, he's done like that. Who said Ancelotti was finished when that whole Bayern Munich thing happened? When the players said, man, Ancelotti, this guy's trash, get him away. And your Pankins came and almost took them to a Champions League final after he came out of a retirement home. But because it's Ancelotti, yeah, it just didn't work out. Let's move on. But if it's Mourinho, any failure, boom, he's done, he's finished. That's because of his personality.
Okay, I'm not particularly keen of Conte's personality and his managerial style. I think most people who listen to the podcast know that. But when Inter Milan lose, I don't enjoy him losing in the same way. But it's like Manchester United fans and I guess some Spurs fans, even some Chelsea fans to an extent, definitely Real Madrid and Barcelona. When Mourinho loses, it's let's pop the champagne. And maybe people love football so much that the flip of that means that they hate things so much. Because, they say love and hate is it's a very similar emotion, just that it's kind of flipped. So maybe like the love that you have for Manchester United is just so deep that anybody who comes and ruins it, you have to hate them with as much love as you love the thing. Maybe I just don't take it that deep. And I just accept Mourinho for what he is. He's just an entertaining kind of guy.
Homeboy said, so he literally called Wenger a voyeur. Why are we supposed to like him when he says stuff like this? He's annoying.
If Arsenal fans hate Mourinho, I get it. I totally understand. I understand it. Like, so when Arsenal fans will retweet Wenger pushing Mourinho in the touchline, I get it. Mourinho v. Wenger, Mourinho Arsenal, I understand that. I understand it.
No, and also like, is calling someone a voyeur, is that necessarily a terrible term?
Yes. Do you know what a voyeur is?
Isn't it sexual?
Yeah, that's like a peeping Tom, I think, where you like,
come on, man.
You like looking inside people's houses and in their windows and stuff. Yeah, that's next. And then he called him a specialist in failure, and then beat him by 6. Like, come on. If Arsenal fans want to hate Mourinho, I get it. If Barcelona fans want to hate Mourinho, I get it. He poked what's the dude's name? Tito. He poked his eye out, gouged his eye. And he was with Real Madrid and what he did with Inter against Barca. I understand it. But Manchester United, why are Manchester United fans hating? Chelsea fans, why are you hating? He's the greatest manager in the history of Chelsea Football Club. Why do you hate this guy?
This is interesting. So that his personality is leading to his failure. This is maybe a case of, okay, his personality and so forth. I'm the special one and everything. Great success with Chelsea, great success with Real Madrid, great success with Inter Milan. But now he's maintained that personality, maintained that whole thing, but now he's not receiving the same success as before. But guys, let's just keep it real now. When he went to Man United, he did win trophies. I know
he won everything except the Champions League and the Premier League. Everything else he won.
Yeah, because he won the UEFA Cup, didn't he?
He won the League Cup. He won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
He won the Europa League. And there was another trophy in there, I think.
Charity Shield?
I think so. when he made everybody hold up 3 fingers for like the worst treble ever.